Are you looking for the best Samsung QLED TVs? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best Samsung QLED TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED QD-OLED. The Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED QD-OLED is the best Samsung TV in 2024. Like any OLED TV, you get unrivaled black levels for deep, inky blacks in a dark room. Since it uses a QD-OLED panel, you also get incredibly vibrant, lifelike, and bright colors that can't be matched by traditional OLED displays. It's also brighter than many other OLEDs, so you can use it in a well-lit room and aren't distracted by reflections on the screen. It's loaded with modern gaming features like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, 4K at 144Hz, and VRR support, making it a great option for pairing with modern consoles and gaming PCs. It also has one of the fastest response times on the market, so motion is crisp and clear. In addition to that, it has exceptionally low input lag, so you don't notice a delay between the actions on your controller and the actions on the screen. The TV is available in a wide variety of sizes, but not all of them use a QD-OLED panel, and the sizes that use a QD-OLED panel differ depending on your region. You can read more about this here. Number 2. Samsung QN90D/QN90DD QLED. The Samsung QN90D/QN90DD QLED is one of the best Samsung TVs in the upper mid-range category we've tested. It's an incredibly bright TV with fantastic reflection handling, making it a great choice for living rooms with a lot of lights or curtains open during sunny days. On the other hand, it has stellar local dimming to increase its black levels, so you also get deep blacks in a darkroom that makes movies and shows look excellent. However, the black levels still aren't as good as what you get from an OLED like the Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED, and there's some noticeable blooming. In addition to that, it's a very colorful TV, so you get vibrant and bright colors that really pop out at you. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a wide viewing angle like the OLED does, although it's not bad for an LED TV. Regarding gaming, this TV is loaded with modern gaming features like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 ports for up to 4K at 144Hz gaming with VRR. Its input lag isn't quite as low as it is on the QD-OLED, but it still provides an incredibly responsive gaming experience. The TV's response time isn't as fast either, but it's still quick enough for minimal blur behind fast motion, although it does struggle more with coming out of dark states, so you do notice some black smearing in dark scene transitions. Number 3. Samsung QN85D/QN85DD QLED. If you like the Samsung QN90D/QN90DD QLED but find it too pricey, you can step down to the mid-range Samsung QN85D/QN85DD QLED. It has similar black levels as the more expensive QLED, so you still get deep blacks in a dark room, although there's a bit more blooming. It's not as bright as the QN90D, and its reflection handling is worse, but it's still good enough to use in a bright room and not be distracted by glare on the screen. Like the more expensive QLED, it displays vibrant colors that are sure to impress, but it does struggle more with displaying those colors brightly. Unfortunately, its viewing angle is very narrow, and you need to be centered in front of the screen to enjoy the best possible picture quality. This makes it a poor choice for watching TV with a large group. The TV has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 of its ports, but unlike the 2 pics above, they're limited to 120Hz. Still, it has VRR support, so it's a great option if you're looking to get the most out of your modern consoles. You also get similarly low input lag as the QN90D, but its response time is slower, so you do see more blur behind fast motion. Number 4. Samsung Q80C, Q80, Q80CD, QLED. If you want a Samsung TV without breaking the bank, the Samsung Q80C is the best lower mid-range Samsung TV we've tested. It's not as bright as the Samsung QN85D/QN85DD QLED, and its reflection handling is worse, but it's still good enough to use in a room with some lights on and not be distracted by reflections. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as good in a dark room since it doesn't display nearly as deep blacks. Although it displays vibrant colors that look good, they're not as vibrant or bright as they are on the higher pics. On the other hand, it has a much wider viewing angle than both the QN85D and the Samsung QN90D/QN90DD QLED, so it's better suited if you typically watch TV with a group. Although the TV doesn't look as good as the pics above, it still has modern gaming features that make it pair well with modern consoles. You still get HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, 4K at 120Hz, and VRR. Its response time and input lag is on par with the QN85D, so you also still get a responsive gaming experience with minimal blur behind fast motion. The Samsung Q80D is also available, but it has only minor improvements over its predecessor. It's also a lot more expensive, so unless you want the incremental upgrades it offers, you're better off buying the cheaper Q80C while it's available. Number 5. Samsung Q60D, Q60, Q60DD, QLED. The Samsung Q60D is the best budget Samsung TV we've tested. Although Samsung doesn't release many budget models anymore, this TV offers decent overall performance at a lower cost than their more expensive models. It's not as bright as the Samsung Q80C QLED, but its reflection handling is the same, so it still overcomes glare in moderately lit rooms. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a local dimming feature, so blacks are grayish, and the image looks a bit washed out anytime highlights are also on screen. The TV displays vibrant colors, but it struggles more with heavily saturated colors, and it doesn't display colors very brightly. It also has a very narrow viewing angle, so it's not a good option for a group setting. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as good for gamers as the pics above, as it's pretty bare bones when it comes to gaming features. It only has HDMI 2.0 bandwidth, is limited to 4K at 60Hz, and doesn't have VRR support. Its input lag is low enough for a responsive gaming experience, but its response time is slow, so fast motion is blurry. If you're looking for a TV to take advantage of your modern console, the Q60D isn't a good option.